Hey, welcome back. We're going to do another episode of this Shelly Duval weird videos. So, back by popular demand, and by popular demand, I mean popularly demanded by myself. I want to watch another one and react to another one. And the only difference is this time I have a little goblin next to me that's going to be watching it with me, aka my wife is the goblin in this scenario. So, same rules as last time. Anything takes me super off guard, I'm going to be drinking. If I start to get buzzed, I'm probably just going to continue to drink and abandon that rule altogether. So, here we go.
Hello, I'm Shelly Duval. Join us for tonight's tale about the adventures of a little radish who learns the many lessons of love.
I like this Animal Crossing music that they're playing.
From doting parents, a charming prince, and a most eccentric witch. It's full of fun and magic, and it's scary enough to make your hair curl. Or even grow. Rapunzel.
Once upon a time, in a town far away, there lived a candle maker and his wife.
So the first scene opens up to our two main characters of the first act. We got Jeff Bridges as the candle maker and Shelley Duvall as his horrible, ungrateful wife, who does nothing but complain and make Jeff Bridges take on ridiculous tasks. You'll see what I mean.
It must be a boy.
Great.
But what's wrong with the girl?
Oh, nothing. Well, if we had a son, I'd teach him my trade.
And couldn't you teach a daughter your trade as well? Are candles so very hard to make?
Marie, I swear, if it's a girl, I'll be just as happy.
Really?
Of course.
Next scene, we're introduced to our story's antagonist, Mother Dearest, or the witch. I'm not sure what the original story of Rapunzel is, to be honest. Everything I know about Rapunzel is from Tangled.
Rapunculus.
She put that bitch in a pear.
Rapunculus. Rapunculus. Rapunculus.
Wait a minute. What is happening? I thought she was going to be in like a completely different area. She's like right outside of her window. Why does she need to be looking into this glass ball to spy on her? Like, bitch, get a ladder.
Clyde.
What is it? Are you all right?
I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
It's just how immediate this man is like, this bitch. You waking me up in the middle of the night because you're hungry.
I mean, that's kind of real, though, when you're pregnant.
Oh, yeah, I forgot she's pregnant. But the fact that, like, we're only, like, 3 minutes in, and this man is already, like, he's done with her entirely. It's, I love it. I love it.
How can you be hungry? We just ate.
I don't know, but I am.
I'll do one more stew.
No, I'm not hungry for stew. I want something special.
Like what? A pickle?
He's like, I'll give you something special.
So I'll give you a pickle. Oh, man. His little laugh, too, after he says that. Just,
I thought pregnant women liked pickles.
I don't want a pickle. What do I want? I want
Rapunculus.
a rapun. That's it, a rapun.
You want a what?
A rapun, a radish. A very special radish with blue leaves.
Marie, we have no radishes, let alone ones with blue leaves.
Oh, God, I've got to have a radish. I'd give anything for a taste of one right now.
Sure you wouldn't like a nice cucumber?
Damn.
I don't have anything to do with you.
This man really thought thought about that before he said it too. Like, want a cucumber?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Hey, don't forget you're supposed to drink.
And here's where the nonsense starts. So for some reason, the witch cursed her to have a craving for Rapunzel blue leaf radishes, which, let me check if those are even real. From what I can tell, blue leaf radishes don't exist in general. But not only that, people aren't really sure what plant the Grimm brothers were talking about when they wrote the story.
Smoking that Whoopi Goldberg South Egyptian Fur Burger Deluxe Mega Million Scratcher Skunk Bubba Kush. We smoking dung beetle.
So the three plants people might think the Rapunzels are one of these, but none of them are radishes, which makes this whole situation even funnier. So the witch cast a spell on this woman, and she ate the wrong thing because she thought a Rapunzel was a radish. So with all that being said, Tangled actually seems to be more accurate with the flower representation. And also her dress is purple, so there you go. Tangled 1, Shelly Duval 0.
Get away from me. I won't have anything to do with you until you get me that radish.
Where am I going to get one of your special radishes at this time of night?
There, in our neighbor's garden.
She gives me the creeps.
So at some point, she must have seen some moldy radishes sitting in the witch's garden and tells her husband to go steal them. She even tries to convince him with the worst trade in history. I get your blue leaf radishes. You get some candles.
Why not? Get a bunch. She won't miss them.
And if she does?
We'll make her some of your special candles then. I don't know.
Do you know how pissed, let alone confused I would be if I came home and someone took all my vegetables and then left me light bulbs? As far as like pregnant demands go too, this is probably one of like the more ridiculous ones. Like just in a modern day setting, that imagine that you live next to somebody. I mean, even it doesn't even have to be a farmer, honestly, at that point. It's literally your wife is craving something so badly. It's like, oh, like I really could go for a glass of milk right now. And it's like, well, we don't have any milk and the stores are closed. I'm like, well, just go to the neighbor's house and take some of their milk. Just take some of their milk and just come back and give me the glass of milk. She's literally telling him to just go steal stuff because she's hungry. And it's radishes of all things too. It's like the most like bland, like nothing food. Starting to think she got what was coming to her on the set of The Shining.
Do it for me. For our baby.
You know what, though? It works every time.
I don't know. He doesn't look like overly convinced.
I did that to you all the time, and you definitely made that face.
So Jeff Bridges goes and steals this lady's moldy radishes and goons his way back home, just to be met by his wife, who is a shell of her former self and a straight jubbin.
Want a bite?
No. Oh, thank you. I know what a radish tastes like.
Oh, but these are special.
Oh, Jeff Bridges.
They're stolen. Stolen from a witch's garden.
Thinks he recognized you?
The piano player in the background is like going ham. He's not letting up.
Well, I don't know. I didn't stay around long enough to find out. I can tell you one thing, though. You couldn't pay me enough to go back there again, day or night.
That is without a doubt the worst midnight snack I have ever seen in my life. Yeah, you want some uncooked portobellos, some radishes, and is that a bell pepper or like a dry kiwi? Like I mean,
look at that face.
she loves it. That is a dry woman. That's why she didn't want no pickle. She didn't want no cucumber.
Why are you giving me that look?
I'm just looking at you. I'm not making any.
Like, she didn't want that pickle.
That is disgusting. That is horrific. That's a fucking eldritch dessert.
Some roasted, some in salads, some in porridge.
If you're gonna eat it like that,
Yeah.
why did you
Why even put it in a pie? This woman's the type of person to put radishes in a pie and then just take the radishes out and not eat the pie.
Some in pies.
kind of. I don't know. Is this actually part of the? Is this actually part of like the original, like Rapunzel story? Was like that actually a thing? Like the whole radish thing?
I don't know if it was radishes specifically, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, like they just kept stealing something from her garden. Yeah.
Everything I know about Rapunzel is from Tangled.
Even a few in a chocolate fondue.
She's over here fonduing fucking chocolate.
Yeah, that's a.
Like fonduing a radish and chocolate. She had to go steal radishes from the neighbor. I like that.
What?
She had to go steal radishes from the neighbor.
Oh, but she's wealthy enough to have chocolate.
Yeah, to have like chocolate fondue.
Yeah, that is a pretty good point. Not only does she have chocolate, but she has like a fondue machine.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are they living on? This man makes candles.
Yeah, she obviously doesn't work.
I mean, as far as we know, yeah. I don't know what's going on. If I ever, you can already see his fucking face. Say, if I ever came downstairs and I saw you eating like just radishes in between like two pieces of, this is like olden times too, so this is definitely just like wheat bread. This is not white bread even, but like just radishes on wheat bread.
That's a lot. That's dense nutrients.
That's fucking sociopathic behavior. They really do a good job at selling that she's definitely under some sort of spell while eating these radishes. I mean, just changing the score of this turns this into an A24 film real fast.
Like the amount that she had in that pot.
Yeah, it was like 6. You got her like 6 radishes.
Yeah, and she's like, she made a pie, she had skewers, she had whatever that was, a sandwich.
Too many radishes. So after a long, hard day of eating radishes like a rabid mole person, she takes a well-deserved nap. I wonder what she's dreaming about. Okay. All right. All right, so she wakes up, then she wakes her husband up. They have some banter back and forth. She hits him with some real classic zingers.
What's the matter?
I'm hungry.
Not again. What is it this time?
Radishes?
No, I won't go.
Well, that proves it.
It proves what?
Proves you don't love me, that's all.
It proves nothing of the sort. It merely proves that I'm not fool enough to venture into that woman's garden again.
Not man enough, maybe. I know. You're afraid of her, aren't you? Afraid of a woman.
Yes, that's right. I'm afraid. I'm afraid of a woman.
My mother was right about you after all.
So he goes back to the garden to steal some more radishes and gets caught this time. The only thing I'm not clear on here is, did she use magic to trade spots with the scarecrow, or has she just been out here all night, waiting for him to possibly come back? Because if it's the latter, she would have felt pretty dumb if she waited out there all night and he just never showed up.
What are you doing in my garden, huh?
I don't know what Jeff Bridges is doing with his mouth in this. So the witch catches Jeff Bridges stealing and starts interrogating him about it, and we are presented with the worst liar in all of cinema.
Wind blew me in.
Ah, a wind. And what happened to uproot my radishes?
Yeah, I'm sure if the wind was strong enough to blow me in, We're surely strong enough to uproot a few radishes.
And how did they make their way into your sack?
I was just wondering that myself.
Liar! Thief and liar!
So the witch and Jeff Bridges go back and forth a bit until the witch tells him that instead of cutting off him and his wife's fingers and killing them, she'll be the mother of their child instead.
What do you want from me?
Something you value. I want your child.
Yeah.
I could give her things that you could never give her.
Marie?
Marie, no you don't, not Marie. I'm talking about your daughter. Your wife is going to have a baby girl.
How do you know?
I have special powers, you idiot!
She didn't seem like she was prepared for that line. It almost sounded like she just kind of was making that up on the spot, or she forgot. I have special powers, you idiot! Well, Jeff Bridges, shit. The cherry on top of all of this is that when Jeff Bridges finally returns with the radishes and tells his wife this, she loses her appetite and doesn't even end up eating the radishes. But not only that, she has the gall to even develop a severe allergic reaction to them.
And now she wants to take our baby.
Take our baby.
I told you she is a witch, Marie.
Oh, don't be stupid.
Calling me stupid? I am not stupid. She said I was too stupid to raise a daughter. A son, perhaps, but not a daughter.
You mean?
Yes, we're going to have a baby girl.
Oh, Claude. Oh. Then she really is a
Witch.
witch. Oh, no.
Just because she said that they're having a daughter doesn't mean that they're having a daughter. Like they wouldn't have had that realization maybe until she gave birth. And then, like, even then it's like, well, she had a 50-50 shot. She could just be some, like, crazy old crone. Yeah. Just chilling.
I think I lost my appetite.
Oh, fuck off. You're going to put him through all that bullshit. I lost my appetite.
After that, Marie developed a severe allergic reaction to radishes and never ate another radish the rest of her life.
So Jeff Bridges and the Mole Women begin preparations in traditional 1980s montage style, where they hang up garlic because they're stupid peasants who don't know any better, and also learn how to keep that thing on them.
Claude, will you take her for a while? I was up with her most of the night.
Oh, this baby sure cries a lot, but...
Yeah, that's just a real baby.
Who's there?
Yeah, that's just a real crying, like, very young baby. I don't like that.
Who is it?
Dude, if the federal government comes rolling up into your house with a warlock, you better be better equipped than with some sandals and a double-barreled shotty. That's a joke. Don't put me on a list, please.
The witch took the baby and disappeared into a distant country.
So the witch takes the baby. Fast forward a bunch of time, the baby grows up. Here's the thing. I'm going to level with you dudes. The second half of this story is really boring, especially when compared to the first half. But man, did this snap me out of my borderline sleep state I was in and gave me a good laugh.
So she locked Rapunzel in a room at the top of the tower and sealed the entrance.
Mother, what are you doing?
Oh, the hobgoblins are out.
Why can't I ever decide what's good for me? It isn't fair.
Who told you life was fair?
Let me out.
You'll be safe up in the tower, Rapunzel. No man will be able to touch you up there.
But I don't want to be safe. I want to be free.
Yeah, that's one way of saying what she was trying to say. But I want to be touched by a man, is basically what she was saying. So now the witch has her locked in the tower and is basically starving her until Rapunzel obeys her. But this isn't helping their relationship as they start to get into these little arguments and tiffs.
After many days of resistance, Rapunzel became so weak and hungry that she finally gave in to the witch and let down her hair.
Damn. Old lady's got some fucking muscle on her to be able to do that quick.
You see how much better it is when you do as I say? You're a lucky girl to have a mother that loves you as much as I do.
If you really loved me, you wouldn't keep me locked up in this tower.
Oh, Rapunzel, ever since you were born, I've brought you up like a princess. I've given you everything.
Except a father.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
You're right. You're absolutely right, miss. I am not. It's you. You are nothing but an ungrateful little... You're a little witch. When I think of all the years that I've stayed here by myself raising you, and this is the thanks that I get?
I feel like when she said that, she said it like a slur. Alright, like I said, this starts to get real boring and repetitive, so I'm going to skip through a lot of this. Basically, the witch keeps gaslighting Rapunzel. Rapunzel wants a friend, so the witch naturally gets her a bird. She sings a really slow, boring song about how lonely she is, and just like a scene girl from 2010, hearing Pierce the Veil for the first time, Jeff Bridges comes out of the woodworks all horned up like a bloodhound, literally licking his chops.
Rapunzel? Rapunzel, let down your hair.
Whoever they have in the wardrobe department needs to calm down. They're rivaling Spider-Man in the ridiculous crotch department.
Who are you?
Oh, I'm Henry. Prince Henry.
Are you a man? A real live man?
Yes.
I've never met a man before.
Really? You haven't?
With an extremely accentuated crotch. Yeah.
Is a man.
Let down your hair. I'll climb up and you can find out.
No.
No?
So to sum all this up, Rapunzel and the prince go back and forth, have some playful banter, some flirting. She tells him that she shouldn't trust him because her mother, the witch, tells her that she shouldn't. But he says, hey, well, your mom doesn't know all men. And she goes, sounds good enough for me. I'll let down my hair and you can come on up. And almost immediately they get to business. But it's weird because she has this innocence of knowing nothing about men. And he seems to be very much aware of what he is doing. And we get a lot of devious looks from Jeff Bridges.
That was nice.
Indeed it was.
Does it get better? Show me.
The decision to make Jeff Bridges and Shelley Duval play the parents of Rapunzel and then to have a time skip and have them play the daughter and her lover, the prince, I don't really know how to feel about that. But I feel like Shelley Duval had ulterior motives. So in true teenage fashion, the witch interrupts them right as things are getting heavy to tell her daughter that she believes there's a man wandering the woods. And then she scurries off in search of some soup.
When I find him, I'm going to gouge his eyes out. I'm going to make his brains into soup. I'm going hunting. For soup.
Me and the boys at 2 a.m. hunting for soup. So after the witch leaves, they get married, and the two of them come up with an agreement. He will bring her silk, and she will knit a rope ladder out of it. And he can come visit her at night. Now, why he couldn't just do it himself or have someone else do it for him really quick doesn't really make sense to me. But I guess the story needed a reason for him needing to come back several times until they're ultimately caught by the witch.
Bring me some skeins of silk and I'll weave them into a ladder.
It will take time, Rapunzel. Your mother will discover us.
My mother comes to visit me during the day. You'll come at night, my prince.
And after that, the prince did come at night.
Yeah, I bet he did. And finally it happens. We have the big climactic scene where the witch discovers that she has been deceived.
Where are you hiding?
But Mother, there's no one here.
What's this? Now I'm going to fix you.
Oh.
I'm going to cut off all of that precious hair.
Oh, Mother, no.
Stop blubbering. Get down there.
My hair.
You brought this all on yourself, you wicked...
Now, I don't know if Shelley Duvall has some deep buried trauma from her childhood or from Stanley Kubrick, but this is the second of these fairy tale theaters that I've watched, and so far they're 2-0 for unexpected scenes where a child is or is about to be the subject of abuse. And every time it feels a little too real and just kind of comes out of nowhere.
The witch spirited Rapunzel to a desert place far away.
Arizona.
And left her there to fend for herself.
You can't say fend for yourself and there's nothing. It's she will die. There's a palm tree with the hopefully with
This whole story, the witch has been like possessing her, like possessive over her, and then now she's like, all right, I'm gonna drop you off in this desert.
Yeah, like the minute yeah, I don't even understand what her end game was with the girl. Was it just because she wanted a daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, Entangled, she has healing powers, and it keeps the witch young, and then Shazam kills her after he cuts off Mandy Moore's hair. And now that the witch has dropped off Rapunzel in the middle of the desert, it's now time for the prince to get his comeuppance.
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, so pretty and so fair. Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair.
Also, like, he's clearly leaving and coming back. And they're like, well, you can't build a ladder because she'd hear you. And I'm like, why doesn't he just bring a rope ladder? Well, she was making one. Yeah, he could just have someone else make it. Yeah. All right.
I've got you. At last.
Rapunzel, what have you done with her?
I thought he was going to be like, Rapunzel, what happened to you? Yeah. Yeah. I also just realized the way she popped up, I like had this whole time I've been like, what does she remind me of? She reminds me of the Deadites from the first Evil Dead. Which the Deadites are just like the people that they get possessed after they die or whatever, or not really after they die, just in general get possessed. But the girl's got like it's like very hokey, gross makeup. Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
Nothing compared to what I'm going to do to you.
I don't even understand how, like, what this special effect is. I don't even, like, is it, because it doesn't look like it's, like, it doesn't look like it actually is on his face, but it's also responding like it is. I have no idea what this is, but it looks awful. The narrator then explains that Jeff Bridges was blinded and would wander for years looking for Rapunzel.
For months he ate roots.
Rapunzel, is that you? While that happened, it turned out that Rapunzel was actually pregnant with twins and had been raising them by herself in the desert somehow. I guess all that childhood trauma actually paid off after all.
Still, Rapunzel was sad. They would never know their father, as she had never known hers.
Glass gets broke. Mama's gonna buy you
Oh my gosh, that kid was trying to take out the other kid. So the two finally reunite, and as the prince lied there being held by Rapunzel, she cried a magic tear, much like Entangled, and restored his eyesight.
I can see you again. I don't believe it, but it's true. I can see.
Oh, my prince. My love.
And then they sum a bunch of plot points in like 5 seconds.
After this, the prince took Rapunzel and the twins back to his kingdom. There, they were reunited with her parents, and they all lived happily ever after, more or less. except for the witch, who died of hardening of the heart.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you got this far, you are a champion. As always, I'd like to take this time to thank everyone for their support. And if you're new to the channel, you liked my gravy, and you liked my mashed potatoes, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe. Gong that bell, if you will. Hit him with that 2019 Taco Bell meme. All that being said, take a look at this. That's 241 subscribers. That's amazing, honestly. I need to get a bell to commemorate this event, honestly. I actually meant to have this video out a while ago, but I just have been kind of busy between work and I got sick for a while just from like the seasonal flu stuff, and then I'm trying to move right now. A whole bunch of stuff that really doesn't matter for you guys, but all that being said, that the fact that the channel still grew despite me, uploading was awesome to see. Not too long ago, I remember being elated seeing my subscriber count go from 21 to 27. And now we're in the 200s, which is just crazy to me. But I'm truly appreciative of those of you that, take the time to watch these videos. You're helping me out, liking, commenting, subscribing, whatever you're doing, and checking back in for other videos. It's I love to see it, honestly. I love to see more comments on these videos I've been seeing, and getting a little bit of like a community together. It's really cool. Yeah. So like I said, thanks for watching. Have an amazing day.